Okay, this is haoyu. Okay, so yeah, I've mentioned in the past really the same things in all the past several critiques, which is that this animation doesn't look like anything. It looks like you're sort of making a mockery of the assignment because there's no poses and the character is just moving the root and the character just moves up and down in a way that no human would move. And I also mentioned your bizarre um, video reference that also doesn't look like the way someone would move, and you just haven't posed the character or used any of the controls except for it looks like the root and maybe the arms. So the animation that I all you've done is move the root up and down and move the arms a tiny bit. There's not a pose. It doesn't. That's not what a human or even a cartoon character would do. It's just moving something up and down. The idea was to do some video reference of a character actually do something and trying to do something close to that reference. Um, and it looks like it's either hardware rendered or playblast. Regarding the Arnold render options, what you should see is if you go into your render settings under render using, you should find the Arnold renderer. If you don't find the Arnold renderer, I would try uninstalling and reinstalling Maya. But I don't know what to comment on this. The other thing I've pointed out in your last X number of submissions is that you need to get your files organized. And I've said this over and over. And when I went to open your files, I'll show you what I find. So I unzip the folder, and you have this thing users, and then zhang, and then there's some stuff under desktop and some stuff under downloads. Under desktop, there's this, this is all normal, and then there's this images directory that has your images, but your textures should be in your source images directory, not your images directory. And then inside of that is another users, another zhang, another desktop. So somehow this whole hierarchy got copied into that one. And then again, and then again you have images, your textures in the images directory instead of the source images directory. And then you have some of your images in the mudbox directory. And then if I go back up here, um, then in downloads, you've got this module 13, and again another thing, and again you have images, images, textures that are images which should be in the source images directory. You don't have a scenes directory, but your scene is sitting out in the open. So once again, module 1, page 6 goes over setting up a project. Your scenes should be in the scenes directory, so there should be a folder called scenes in your project directory that you put your scenes into. There should be a folder called source images, and all your source images, all your textures should be in that one folder. You shouldn't have some under Mudbox and some on the desktop and some in the downloads folder. They should all just be in one project folder, which has a scenes folder and a source images folder. The scenes files should be in the scenes folder. The texture images should be in the source images folder. And this is something I've mentioned, I don't know, at least the past 3 critiques at least. Um, so I don't know how to explain it any better than that. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to clarify it. But you still have files all over the place. You still really haven't done an animation, and you haven't done a render now. So I don't know that I can give you credit for this because the assignment was to do a render, and you've made no improvements to your animation.